don't know where I'm looking. Am I looking there? Am I looking there? I'm using my phone, so excuse me. This is my first YouTube video, so honestly you're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to go with it. I've got my front facing camera on, even though it's not as good quality because I need to know what's going on, but we will get more professional, I promise you. We're just gonna roll with it and we're gonna see what happens. So hi, thank you for coming to my channel. I've had loads of you on Instagram asking when you're gonna make a YouTube channel. Obviously I love a chat, I love doing extra long stories on Instagram, so it kind of just makes sense for us to make a YouTube channel. So at the minute we're doing a little makeshift situation. I'm using my phone. I've never edited a video in terms of like a YouTube video before, so we're just gonna go with this and see what happens. So yeah, I thought, obviously for you lot on Instagram who know me, probably know a lot about me, but if you're finding me on YouTube, you might not know anything about me. So I thought for my first video, I'm just going to do a get to know me tag. And I had a look online and there's some generic questions, and I also asked you lot, have you got any questions for us? And you did. So I'm just going to go through them. I'm going to be using my iPad because I'm obviously using my phone to record. And yeah, hopefully you'll get to know us by the end of this video. Does that make sense? Who knows? Okay, so let's have a look. First question, how old are you? So I am 30 years young. I don't feel 30, but I definitely have the wisdom of a 30-year-old. I feel like the older you get, the more comfortable you get, and you just really grow into yourself. So I always say to people, you know, if you're feeling a certain type of way and you're in like your teens or your early 20s, it does get easier. So I think age is just a number, and I absolutely love being 30. Do you have a middle name? I do have a middle name, and it's Anne. So a little story about that. My mum's mum, so my nana, her middle name was Anne. My mum's middle name's Anne, and my sister's middle name's Anne, and my name's Anne. Middle name's Anne. And when I meet new people, I've got a little brother as well, I always say, oh yeah, my little brother's middle name's Anne as well. And it's really funny because some people are like, oh, Anne's a girl's name, and you're like, yeah, but it's just a family tradition and people actually believe it because they're frightened in case they're going to offend you. So I love doing that. What have we got next? What's your favourite colour? Love pink, but black, white, grey. I'm more of a neutral kind of girl. So yeah. Have you got a degree? Yes, I have got a degree. I've got a degree in sociology. I went to Teesside Uni. I made the decision to move to Teesside to live with my boyfriend at the time, and we lived together for about a year. And I went to Teesside Uni, yeah, and it was a great experience. I studied sociology, I graduated, and yeah, I didn't really do the whole going out and getting mortal drunk. I kind of just went to uni, studied, come home. I was just in a bit of a different time in my life, but I definitely recommend uni if you're thinking about going. Even if you don't have a chosen path, you know, if you don't want to be a teacher or a doctor, you're not sure what you want to do, I still think it's really, really important. Oh, it can be important, it's up to you, it's personal preference. I know it's really expensive now, but it's really good to kind of meet new people from different areas because university really opens your eyes to a lot of things. Where am I from? So I'm from Newcastle. I was born here. I've always lived here. I lived abroad for like a season, but that was it. I'm just gonna... Is that better?
A few moments later.
I've just had to shut that Velux because the sun was blasting in. I'm not complaining, I love the sun. But yeah, so I was born in Newcastle. My mum's from Newcastle. I've always lived in Newcastle. I worked a season abroad in Marbella when I was about 22 when I graduated uni, so that was really nice. And a lot of people often ask, oh, what, you know, you don't look full English, blah blah blah. That's because my dad's Iranian, so I'm half Iranian, and yeah, that's me basically. Proper Geordie. Always lived in Newcastle. Mum's English, blonde hair, blue eyes. My dad's Iranian. So yeah. And the next question is, do you speak any other languages? Unfortunately, I don't. I would love to speak another language. Like, oh, how amazing is it when you like meet somebody and they're bilingual and you're just like, oh my god, I love it. But no, unfortunately, I don't speak any other languages. It's not because I don't want to. I think had I had my dad in my life my whole life, I probably would have picked up some Farsi, but that didn't happen, so here I am speaking one English basic language. As English people, we are quite lazy with languages at times. I think we should make more of an effort. Let's have a look. What made you join the circle? So I was approached to go on the circle, and yeah, I just thought, why not? This kind of goes into my other question as well. What did you do for a job before the circle? So I worked in education from being about 22. Yeah, I was 20, I think I was 23. And I've worked at a few of the colleges in Newcastle, and I worked at my old high school. My job used to be careers advising young people. Then I worked in business development and I helped students go on work placement. So I've always worked with young people. I love working with young people. I love inspiring young people to do their utmost, to be their best, to reach for the stars. I really feel a lot of passion towards that. So I absolutely love working with young people. I love inspiring people. I love helping people. So I always did that, and then my role was coming to an end because of redundancies, and the circle reached out. Well, the casting team reached out on Instagram, and I was like, oh, what's this? I hadn't heard of it. Had a conversation after a few messages, and yeah, just went with it. It was an amazing experience, and I'm so glad that I did it. I just think I'm very much a go with the flow kind of person. I don't put loads of pressure on myself. I kind of just think, do you know what? What's meant to be will be. And yeah, I just thought, why not? It seemed like a great opportunity, and it really has turned out to be a great opportunity. So I'm absolutely over the moon that I did it, and I would definitely recommend it. Have you got any siblings? Yes, I have. I have a little sister who's 22 and my little brother who's 12, and then my dad has two daughters who are 18 and 8. So yeah, I'm the oldest. How tall are you? I am 5'6". So sometimes people are surprised because I think on Instagram I look shorter, but then on the circle I look taller. So when people had watched the circle, when I come out, they were like, oh, you're actually a lot taller. No, hang on, scrap that. When I was on the circle and I come out, people were like, oh, you're actually a lot shorter than I thought you were. But when people meet me who follow me on Instagram, they're like, oh, you're a lot taller. But yeah, 5'6". I quite like my height. I think it's quite like, it's a bit average, isn't it? But I do like it. What's your ideal? Candles making a noise. It's weird. Right, next question. What is your ideal first date? I love this question. So I'm not really fussed. Like, I don't go on massive amounts of dates, but I do like going on dates because I just think it's a great opportunity for you to meet somebody. Meet somebody, they can meet you can find out about their life. Like, I love finding out about people. Like, anybody who knows me any of my friends or my family or anybody that I have dated will know that I love to know about you. And like, it's not because I'm nosy, it's because I genuinely want to get to know you. So I just think it's amazing, and I'm not bothered. Like, I don't need to go and have a drink to be like, have a good time or whatever. I will literally, like, my ideal first date is just connecting with somebody, having a good laugh, enjoying ourselves, probably going for food because I love food's life, and just enjoying myself really. I just think it doesn't matter where you are, if you're with the right person, you're going to enjoy yourself. Don't get us wrong, I love to be like, treated like a princess, spoiled, like picked up, took to an amazing restaurant, but I would just be as happy going for a nice picnic in the park. I love thoughtfulness. I love it when somebody thinks ahead and wants to make you feel special, and yeah, it makes you just, you know, feel like you're worth it. Very traditional like that. You can tell I watched Disney for the full of my childhood, but yeah, that is my ideal first date. If that answers the question, I just don't know. So what's your favourite film? My favourite film without doubt is Mean Girls. Love Mean Girls, classic. And I do love any Will Smith film as well. I mean, that guy can do no wrong. What's your favourite book? My favourite book has got to be The Secret, and that is because the law of attraction literally changed my life. Like, I read that book when I was about 21. I was going through a bad time and I had split up with my ex-boyfriend. Nothing was making me happy. Like, I was very down, I was very anxious, I was very worried. I was just in a place in my life, I just wasn't good. And I read that book, and that book changed my way of thinking. It literally took me from 0 to 100. And I've read The Secret, Hero, The Power, Magic. This is what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. It's amazing. It's like the Bible. I mean, don't take that literal if you're religious, but I've borrowed this to people. I just think if you don't want to read it, you can watch the video. If you don't want to watch the video, you can listen to it on the audiobook. I just think if you want to open your mind, or if you have an open mind, if you want to change your life, if you want to change your way of thinking, if you want to add to your positive way of thinking, this book is literally for you. The law of attraction is so big on hammering home the fact that what you put out to the universe, you receive back. You're like a magnet. So if you're putting negative thoughts out in the universe, you're just going to get negativity back. That's all you're attracting. Whereas if you're putting positive, good vibes out of the universe, you're sure that good things are going to happen. Yeah, you might be going through some struggle, but you know that the end's in sight. You're going to get it back in abundance, and it works. I've seen it work. I have done this I've practiced the law of attraction for 8 years now. It works. And when I'm sitting, dwelling, being negative, I really see the effects of that as well. So a negative thought is very powerful, but so is a positive thought. So once you start checking your way of thinking, once you start thinking, do you know what? Let that thought leave. Let that thought go away. If you're thinking, oh, I haven't got enough money. No. Just let that go. Start focusing on what you have got. Start being grateful. Start writing gratitude lists. Honestly, it's amazing what you can do with like a positive mindset. And I always say that. And sometimes it's hypocritical because sometimes I'm sat thinking, oh, why is life like this? Or, oh, I feel a certain type of way. And actually, the minute that I switch my thinking, good things start happening straight away. But I'm not going to talk too much about it, but let me know if you want us to do a video on The Secret and the law of attraction, because I can talk for a long time about that. Shock, I can talk about anything for a long time. I mean, you know, I'm a chatterbox. And yeah, we'll do that because I do think it's such a valuable tool. And not everybody's naturally positive. Some people are naturally positive, some people are naturally negative. It's not your fault, but you can change it. So yeah. Next question, are you single? So yes, I am single. I've been single for a long time. Yes, I've dated people in the past, But for me, I don't mind being single. I think it's good to be single. I think it's great to have time on your own, to understand you as a person, to get to know yourself, to find out what you like, to really focus on yourself. So I've got no problem with being single. I've been single for years. I've started dating somebody recently, which is going really, really well. And yeah, I think it's just so important just to enjoy life, make sure you're happy, make sure you're full before you add somebody into the picture, because I truly believe that somebody else won't give you happiness. You are the key to your own happiness, and when you're happy and you're with somebody else who's happy, you're just going to add to each other's lives, and you're just going to top each other up massively, rather than relying on somebody for your full happiness. But yeah, I'm single, but I'm dating somebody, so yeah. And last question is, obviously the current situation is, you know, we're all pretty much in the same boat with the coronavirus, and we are having to self-isolate if we're vulnerable, or if we're around people who are vulnerable. I think it is a really good idea to self-isolate if you can, because you don't want to be, if you're like me and you're young and you're healthy and you're resilient and you've got a great immune system, it's great, but you don't know who then you're going to be infecting. So I've had loads of questions about what am I going to do to pass the time when I self-isolate. I think for me, make sure you're eating really nice healthy meals. So spend some time cooking. If you don't know how to cook, learn to cook. We've got the internet. There's so many resources on there. Let's cook, and let's make sure that we're fueling and nourishing our bodies and making sure our immune systems are top. Read a book like The Secret. You can get it online. You don't have to go out and buy it. You can listen to it online. You can watch it online. You can just Google it or you can put it on YouTube and the full secret comes up. Also meditate. Do some at-home workouts, which I'll definitely be doing. Practice your makeup skills, draw, have conversations with people, have FaceTime conversations with people that you haven't been able to catch up with for a while because of work and commitments. This is a great opportunity to really connect with people, and you know, sometimes the older generation, or even sometimes I think, oh my god, this is so antisocial. Like, I'm always on my phone, I'm always checking it, I'm always like this, that, the other. And when I'm in people's company, I try to be really present and I try to think I'm going to put my phone down. But at this point, I'm so grateful for social media and the power of technology, because it's really keeping us connected. And I think utilising that to its most potential is the best way to kind of stay sane, because you don't want to, especially if you live on your own, please don't kind of isolate yourself. Although you're isolating, still reach out. Make sure you're having phone calls and FaceTimes, and maybe even I don't play Xbox or PlayStation, but it's great to still stimulate your mind, connect with your friends, put your headset on, chat. I think there's quite a few different things that we can be doing. It's probably going to be a long drawn out process, but we're here and we've just got to count our blessings. And the one thing that's going to come out of this, which is going to be amazing, because we will get through this, is on the flip side of this, we're going to be so much more grateful for the little things, just like being able to go to the shop and getting anything we want at any point, like being able to go for a meal with our friends and be able to shake hands and have freedom, because I think some people in the world live without that. I think we're very lucky because we had that, and an element of that has been taken away from us. So if anything is to be learned from this situation, is wash your hands, because I'm an OCD person, so I wash my hands constantly, and I'm very, very mindful of that anyway. But I think this has brought awareness to the fact that we need to be hygienic and wash our hands. But also I think it's brought a lot of awareness to the fact that we were taking a lot of our general day-to-day life for granted, and I think living in gratitude is the best way to live, and this situation is going to make us all very grateful for the little things. So I think that's really one great thing. But yeah, let me know what you're going to do to keep yourself entertained. You can leave a comment and hopefully help somebody else or inspire somebody else if they're feeling bored. But yeah, I hope this has been okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't got a clue. I just ramble on. Ramble? I don't know, whatever. I just chat. I would talk the back legs of a donkey basically. I've been looking there, I've been looking there, so I do apologise. I'm hoping that I will kind of get better at this and maybe get a camera and get a bit more profesh, but we'll just see how it goes. But let me know if you like this. Be nice, because your girl doesn't know what she's doing, and leave a comment below of what you'd like to see next, because I'm in self-isolation as well, so I've got loads of time to record content if that's what you wanted. But yeah, like, subscribe and leave a comment. And I hope you all have an amazing